By three methods we may learn wisdom. First, by reflection, which is noblest. Second, by imitation, which is easiest. And third, by experience, which is the bitterest. He who knows all the answers has not been asked all the questions. The man who asks a question is a fool for a minute. The man who does not ask is a fool for life. When you see a good person, think of becoming like her or him. When you see someone not so good, reflect on your own weak points. What the superior man seeks is in himself. What the small man seeks is in others. Give a bowl of rice to a man, and you will feed him for a day. Teach him how to grow his own rice, and you will save his life. The gem cannot be polished without friction, nor man perfected without trials. It is more shameful to distrust our friends than to be deceived by them. It is not the failure of others to appreciate your abilities that should trouble you, but rather your failure to appreciate theirs. Only the wisest and stupidest of men never change. It is only when mosquitoes land on your balls that you realize there is a way to solve problems without using violence. When it is obvious that the goals cannot be reached, don't adjust the goals, adjust the action steps. When a wise man points at the moon, the imbecile examines the finger. The superior man thinks always of virtue. The common man thinks of comfort. Don't complain about the snow on your neighbor's roof when your own doorstep is unclean. Learning without thought is labor lost. Thought without learning is perilous. The man who says he can and the man who says he cannot are both correct. If your conduct is determined solely by considerations of profit, you will arouse great resentment. If you are the smartest person in the room, then you are in the wrong room. The green reed which bends in the wind is stronger than the mighty oak which breaks in a storm. You will never know how sharp a sword is unless it's drawn from its sheath. Learn as if you were not reaching your goal, and as though you were scared of missing it. If you don't want to do something, don't impose on others. It is not possible for one to teach others who cannot teach his own family. He who flatters a man is his enemy. He who tells him of his faults is his maker. Looking at small advantages prevents great affairs from being accomplished. To be poor without murmuring is difficult. To be rich without being proud is easy. The superior man is distressed by the limitations of his ability. He is not distressed by the fact that men do not recognize the ability that he has. You can force the people to obey. You cannot force them to understand. When everyone hates a person, you should investigate thoroughly. And when everyone loves a person, you should also investigate thoroughly. When we see men of a contrary character, we should turn inwards and examine ourselves. No matter how busy you may think you are, you must find time for reading or surrender yourself to self-chosen ignorance. Choose a job you love, and you will never have to work a day in your life. Don't grieve when people fail to recognize your ability. Grieve for your lack of ability instead. If things far away don't concern you, you'll soon mourn things close at hand. One who never anticipates deceit or expects duplicity, and yet is the first to recognize such things, is that not a sage indeed? If I am walking with two people, both will be my teachers. Even 4 harnessed horses cannot bring imprudent words back into the mouth. There is never a case when the root is in order, and yet the branches are in order. Every man has 2 lives, and the second starts when he realizes he has just one. He who wishes to secure the good of others has already secured his own. The noble-minded act before speak, then they speak according to their actions. A man who does not plan long ahead will find trouble right at this door. When anger rises, think of the consequences. To be wronged is nothing unless you continue to remember it. The real fault is to have faults, and not amend them. Acquire new knowledge whilst thinking over the old, and you may become a teacher of others. There is no right amount of sex, and giving up sex for a long time shouldn't have negative side effects. Virtue is more to man than either water or fire. I have seen men die from treading on water and fire, but I have never seen a man die from treading the course of virtue. Learn anything as though you would never be able to master it.